We're here in southern Spain, where we've just driven the fantastic new F-Type Coupe. I'm standing here with Jonathan Sands of Jaguar Cars. He is the design manager for the entire firm, and he's going to talk us through his newest creation.
Hello, good evening. My name is Jonathan Sands. I'm the Principal Design Manager at Jaguar Cars, and I'm here this evening to tell you about this car, the Jaguar F-Type Coupe. So I have the easiest job in the world, basically. I've been on the design team at Jaguar for the last 4 years, and it's been my role to help achieve this, to deliver this car that you see here today. Now, my role is primarily interiors. However, I work very closely with the exterior design team as well. We're a very close-knit team, and we work together to achieve what I'm sure you'll agree is this fantastic result. So to tell you about the design of this car, well, if Ian Callum was here right now, he would say that it speaks for itself, and by and large it does. I don't need to impress upon you how great this car looks. It's a classic Jaguar sports car. It's got the classic proportions, front engine, rear wheel drive, cab rearward. With Jaguars, it's all about the proportion and the form. Whatever we're designing, whether it's a sports car, two-seater sports car like the F-Type, or whether it's the XF or the XJ, the same principles apply. We're creating beautiful sports cars, very sleek, very fast. The principles that William Lyons applied to creating cars still apply today. And that's that a Jaguar has to look like it's moving fast when it's standing still. So what we have to do is we create a lot of dynamic form in this car. We use tricks with lines, with surfaces to make the car look like it's got a lot of inherent speed and performance to it. And the proportion and the form is everything. We need to create beautiful cars. And the proportions that the architecture of this, the architectural setup of this car gives us those proportions beautifully. So what we have, as I say, front engine, rear wheel drive. We have a very fast roofline. We have very voluptuous surfacing and curves, giving the car a lot of natural elegance, which Jaguars have always had, plus a little bit of attitude and aggression, which we really like. So you can see bold features like the dominant front grille, the large alloy wheels. And when you get around to the back as well, there's a few more features there that we'll touch on in just a second. So the trick to designing a car like this is all about simplicity and purity. Ian Callum is a strong believer in keeping things as simple and as clean and as pure as possible. And he says that great car design can be defined in 2 or 3 lines. Now, when I was doing this job 12 months ago and telling you all about the F-Type convertible, it was easy to summarize that car in 2 lines. And those 2 lines still stand with this car that you see here today. But we have a 3rd line, which makes this coupe the car that it is. So the first, what Ian Callum calls a heart line, I'll tell you, starts down here in the bumper. It climbs up through the bumper, into the lamp, over the bonnet, and then shoots all the way back through the door into the rear fender, where it washes out around about here. That's a really fast line, starts nicely curvaceously, and then accelerates fast rearwards, giving the car a lot of natural speed and forward motion. It also helps to exaggerate the proportions of the long bonnet, which is something that was derived from the E-Type, which is obviously the originator of this car. It's the same bloodline. We're very proud of our rich heritage at Jaguar, so it's important that we can take what we did right with those cars, like the C-Type, the D-Type and the E-Type, and still apply that to this car today. The second heart line starts back here in the door. It actually slightly overlaps the first one, picks up from that, climbs over the rear wheel arch, and then shoots all the way to the back corner. Again, emphasizing that sort of speed and dynamicism, but also the power of the car is here. It's over the rear wheels. We have these big, fat, lovely, voluptuous haunches that really accentuate that this is a rear wheel drive, very powerful, potent car. And this line here helps just to sell that message. It's a really nice, crisp line that just defines the curvature and the muscularity of that haunch. And then the 3rd heart line, which is unique to the coupe, is the one that defines the roof. It starts down here at the base of the A-pillar. It climbs very quickly through the windscreen, over the header, and then again, like the others, it accelerates, it unwinds. It's a constantly changing curve, shoots all the way to the very back edge of the car. We like these kind of irregular, unbalanced curves. I use the word unbalanced. It's not a detrimental word. It's not a bad word. It means that there's never a constant curvature or a constant line. Everything's moving, unwinding, accelerating, and it all helps to give the car that dynamic poise that makes this car so unique. So now we come to the back of the car, and this for me is my favorite view of this car. It certainly leaves a lasting memory when you see this on the road. It's got plenty of width, plenty of muscularity. The tapering of the cabin as it comes to the rear of the car really helps to give it that sense of sitting low on its wheels, crouched right down, like a cat ready to poise, ready to jump. We have a very distinctive rear glass graphic here, which again is unapologetically from the E-Type. That was quite a distinctive feature of that car. You may remember when we did the CX-16 concept a couple of years ago, we very much took this graphic. We had a little bit more fun with that. We had it side opening like the E-Type. This one is a more conventional tailgate, but that just serves to make it a lot more practical. And then we have a couple of really nice features down here at the back. The tail lamp I'll touch on. Again, a very distinctive E-Type Q. It's a very long, slender, thin tail lamp. You can see how long it really is as it wraps around that car. And then this accentuated stoplight, which graphically breaks out of that sliver, out of that finger, just like you'd see on the original E-Type. And then finally, the tailpipes down here, a beautiful little piece of detailing. The quad pipes here tell you that this is a V8. That's the one obvious cue that tells you that you're looking at a V8 car. The V6 has twin rounds in the centre. We've got some really nice stainless steel work there. And then a lovely little feature with these drilled holes in the centre. You probably can't see them, but it's worth having a closer look when you can. They were there on the outer pipes to help with to help achieve the sound that's so distinctive to this car. But we liked the aesthetics so much, the fact that it gave it that kind of jet afterburner look, that we added them to the inboard pipes as well, purely as an aesthetic detail. So there you go, a couple of little details about the car. I'm sure you'll agree, fantastic looking car, a great addition to the Jaguar family, and I hope you like it. Thank you very much.
Jonathan, thank you very much for giving us your time and for talking us through this latest creation. I think most people would agree it worked out superb, and as a spiritual successor to the E-Type, it really succeeds.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.